Ugh. It's never worth doing that. It just always doesn't feel satisfying. Hey, right guys, we're back with I don't know what to call this series. Platinum. You come up with the next word. Where we go through every single platinum trophy I've achieved over the course of the 14 plus years of going for trophies. Quite the journey. Yeah, part 1 is up where we went through the first 50 platinums. Part 2 is up where we only managed to go through 19 of the platinums. It was meant to be 20, but I miscounted. We're in the era here where I didn't go for many platinums for about 6-ish years. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. We obviously ended on Batman, so you can check out those 2 parts on the channel if you want to, but we're here with part 3. I like the idea of at least mentioning every single game that I've played, even if I don't get a platinum for them. So do keep in mind that we're gonna have a lot of games in between platinums here where I just didn't go for them because it wasn't the time for me. But Diablo 3, down well. I actually do want to go and down well. I don't want to go down the well, but I do want to platinum down well at some point. 1.9%, it doesn't seem like it'd be too hard. Titan Souls, The Swindle, these kind of felt like games that were maybe the free games of the month, and I just kind of delved into them for a little bit. Some of these probably don't even have platinums, like this one for example, so maybe this one would be kind of fun to just, I don't know, I want to get like 100% on some of these, which I have actually done in 2023 and some of 2024. I've gone back through some of the games around this era and just finished them off and got the platinum for them, which has been quite satisfying. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, we just did a Black Ops 3 platinum video, so if you do want to check that out, there was a long journey, probably the toughest platinum I've gone for on the channel so far. But Infinite Warfare, I've not. Is this difficult then? 0.1%. The thing with the Call of Duty games is they're all very rare because so many people play Call of Duty that it just automatically makes the rarity very rare. So I want to at some point get every single Call of Duty platinum anyway, so we'll be coming back to this one. Hyper Void, I don't even remember that game to be honest. Disc Jam, I remember being kind of fun. I think I just played it for a day and just got a lot of trophies. I was like a 2-day, basically a day. 50, I might get 100% on that, it seems tempting if the servers are still up. Persona 5, I really want to get this platinum, but it's so long. I love the Persona 5, I love the Persona games, 4 and 5, and I want to play 3 Reload, which has just come out. But yeah, I really want to get the Persona 5 platinum, but I feel like if I was going to do it, it'd probably be a video just because of how long it is. I might as well. But I think the annoying thing is Persona 5 Royale is meant to be better than Persona 5. And it's like, it's just Persona 5 but with additional characters and storylines and stuff. Then I'd have to platinum Persona 5 twice. This is like the annoying thing of going for platinums, I guess. But Firewatch, I actually really enjoyed this game. I know it's kind of dunked on a bit with people saying it's like overrated and all that stuff, but I really love the story to this. I only played it once, didn't have a platinum trophy for that one, but really good fun. Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry was a spin-off game for Assassin's Creed. I actually really enjoyed that. To be honest, I enjoyed most of the Assassin's Creed games, to be fair. Super Hot, I'm sure you've all played Super Hot at this point. Most of you all heard of it. Really great, fun game. I have the platinum for the second one, spoilers for later, but not this one, so I should probably go back for that one at some point. Submerged, obviously I did the second Submerged. That was part of the 10 platinums in 10 days video that we did, but again, need to go back. It's so annoying when you only pop one trophy. It's like, why did I do that? To be fair, this seems pretty easy. Crash Bandicoot 2, I will be going for the Crash trilogy for a video at some point, maybe later this year, so we'll worry about that later. Rayman Legends, really fun game. Good co-op game as well, actually, I seem to remember. Enjoyed about that. Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4. This is kind of funny. I'm currently rewatching Naruto Unleashed, and I'm going to be watching Naruto Shippuden for the first time when we finish Unleashed. But I've basically spoiled all of Naruto Shippuden for myself by playing this game. Luckily, however, though, I felt like I skipped the cutscenes. I only just focused on the fights, so I skipped the cutscenes, I think. And even if I didn't, I don't remember anything cutscene-wise with this game. I'm very lucky with that, because I did basically spoil the whole show for myself with this, but I can't remember anything, so I might even stop looking at the thumbnails just in case I have the titles, but yeah, excited to actually catch up with the show, because it's been a while. UFC 2, I think this is unfortunately a unattainable platinum at this point, which is annoying because I would have really liked to have had all the UFC platinums, but that's online games for you, as we've spoke about. Middle of Earth, that is not the name of it. Middle Earth Shadow of War. Was this the good one or the not so good one? The second one is good. I just personally preferred the first one. Yeah, I think this is the second one. The first one, I felt like when I played it, it felt so new and different, whereas the second one just kind of felt like more of the same, and it was way more open, which I actually didn't really love. But I think I might go back to it at some point. Wolfenstein 2, obviously, this is infamous for being one of the hardest platinums you can kind of go for. You have to do the entire game on the hardest difficulty without dying. And it's a bronze, wow. What? That's a bronze? I never knew that. It's a bronze trophy, what the hell? That's wild. I thought that was like a obvious gold trophy at least. At least like it could be a platinum. It should be its own platinum of its own. That's mad. Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever go for that. Call of Duty, World War II. Like I said, we will be going for this at some point. Again, 0.1%, but protect the convoy by shooting down all of the planes. So that sounds doable, but it's probably really annoying. We'll find out, I guess, at some point. Deadpool, and then this would be our 70th platinum. South Park, The Fractured But Whole. Yeah, this was a very easy platinum. This was, because obviously up to this point, any platinum I got was kind of Telltale games where you get them automatically. This is one that I did go out of my way, put a stop to racism in South Park. Okay, great. But this was one I kind of went out of my way to get the platinum for, just because I loved the game so much. Genuinely really, really funny. I'm not much of a South Park fan. I'd say I've watched quite a few episodes throughout the years, but it's not one that I've kind of put on religiously or anything. But this game was fantastic. And I've heard the new South Park game that just came out is meant to be terrible. So yeah, it seems like a while. This was like the last really great one. Very easy platinum. What Remains of Edith Finch, incredible game. Loved this game. Just like the house and the atmosphere and the story. No platinum for this one, but I think I got 100% on the PS5 version. I want to say they have. Yeah, I got 100. There's no platinum for that either, but it does have 100%. Whereas I need to go back. I'd play it again anyway, so I just download that version. Absolver. These were the people who did Sifu, I believe, before Sifu was a thing. Far Cry 5. I think I played this for like an hour. Just did the first trophy and I was like, Far Cried out. But you know, I'm in the mood for Far Cry sometimes. Not right now, but sometimes I am. So maybe if I am ever in the mood and Far Cry 7 isn't out, I could give that one a go. Fury, really great game, very difficult. I'd love to go for that platinum at some point. Dead Cells, really fun game as well. This one was one of the few games that I didn't put on the system. This was someone I was living with at the time popped a trophy, because I did not pop that trophy. I know that for a fact. Well, someone popped it anyway, so I didn't play that game. But I'm going to have to at some point now to get the platinum. Cell Damage HD doesn't have a platinum. FIFA 18, obviously all the FIFA games up to a certain point are going to keep popping up. Burnout Paradise Remastered. I remember playing Burnout Paradise on the PS2, would it have been? Or PS3, I'm not sure. I think it was PS3 actually, like maybe very early PS3, but I loved that game. So to play the remastered was really good fun, and I do want to go back and get the platinum for that at some point, because it's one of the, I'm not much into the racing genre, but Burnout Paradise I'd say is like top 5 racing games for me. Then I'd pick one of the F1 games, Gran Turismo, one of the Dirt games. Blur was cool, which we spoke about earlier. That was a really good racing game. Quiplash, fun game. Yeah, I assumed it didn't have a platinum. Just like a party game, basically. Hidden Agenda, Trivial Pursuit. These are just like party games, I guess I was playing around the time. Black Ops 4. Now, I haven't done many trophies on this one, but this was, again, after finishing Black Ops 3, I was like, the obvious one to do next would be Black Ops 4, but I think I need a little bit of a break, and I've heard Black Ops 4 isn't as hard, but there does seem to be a lot more 0.1% trophies, so attain max level or prestige with 25 different weapons and zombies. That sounds like it's, even just reading that, sounds like it's going to be a pain in the arse, so this sounds like it's more of a grinder than it is difficult, whereas Black Ops 3 was actually just difficult and a grinder. So Unravel 2, I've heard this is actually kind of a tricky platinum. I think you have to do the whole game without dying. Oh, you just have to do, it seems like you just get a trophy for each mission, which isn't too bad. I could be wrong. There's quite a few 0.1s on there though, so it seems like it'd be quite difficult. Far Cry New Dawn, I actually remember playing this with a few mates. It was actually pretty good fun. Crash Bandicoot, again, I'll get those at some point. Apex. God, I was into Apex for, 2019 here, for about a year I mean, you wouldn't think it based on the trophies, but there wasn't that many trophies. Only 2 left that I was missing. But I was deep into this game for most of probably 2018 to 2019. I'm not sure when it came out, but yeah, I loved it. I know it's still quite popular as well, so that's good. Sekiro, that's going to be a video at some point. Ni no Kuni wasn't. I loved the first Ni no Kuni. The second one was good, I seem to remember, but I was not as into it as I was the first one. I finished chapter 4 and then didn't go further than that, but I'd like to go back to it at some point, but I'd have to play the first Ni no Kuni again. Rage 2, this was around the time I was moving house, I believe. It's funny how you can picture games to certain parts and milestones in your life, but yeah, I was definitely moving house around this time. Rage 2 was next to Days Gone, but Days Gone I've since platinum, so that's gone back up the list. Rage 2 was pretty good. I didn't love it, but it was cool. Assassin's Creed Odyssey, controversial, I think. I think this is a controversial opinion. Tell me if I'm wrong. Odyssey, I'd say, is top 3 Assassin's Creed games for me. Not as good as 2, not as good as Black Flag, but it might be number 3. I don't know. Or like number 4. It's like, yeah, it's up there for me. I love this game. I didn't complete it, so I've kind of just hyped it there and only got... But I did everything. It seems like I've not done much based on those trophies, but I was doing every side mission, every little treasure chest. I don't know why this game just really engrossed me for like, probably like 2-3 weeks, but it was just like playing it non-stop. I really want to go back to this one. Again, possible video. Maybe. Judgment, I love Judgment. I need to play the second one, but yeah, I want to do the Yakuza games for a video as well. I actually did complete this one. Yeah, complete all the missions, but I need to get the platinum on this at some point. Love the characters, love the story, and it's a Yakuza spin-off is why I mentioned Yakuza. Yeah, good to have that. It has a good spin-off game as well. Devil May Cry 5, I've heard it's quite hard. Heavy Rain, we've spoke about Heavy Rain, absolutely love it. Minecraft, 7, God, there's got to be so many. Yeah, wow. 13 expansion packs. Maybe one day. I feel like that'd be kind of a fun platinum to go for. Greedfall was pretty good. Daisy I played for one night, I believe. God, I remember this. Yeah, 3 in the morning I was up till playing this game. Or 4 in the morning, and then never played it again. Played it for like 4 hours and that was it. Then we got Party Game, Racing Game, Titanfall 2 I want to do a video on at some point. Catherine, we spoke about with PS3. I love Catherine. Amazing game. Little Nightmares. I love what's soon to be a trilogy. The third one hasn't come out yet, but Little Nightmares 1 and 2 I adore. I want a Little Nightmares tattoo actually. Love the atmosphere, love the design for the characters, the music, the story, especially in the second one, is really, really cool. And I'm very, very curious what they're going to do with the third one, which should be this year actually. I'm very excited for that one. Inside, incredible game. One of the, I don't want to say few 10 out of 10s I'd give, but I don't give many 10 out of 10s to smaller games, and this is one of those. I just absolutely adore it. I want to replay this one actually. If they could do a PS5 version, that'd be cool. And here we are. Right, so Inside there was at the start of January. I did play it in 2016 as well, but I went back through it in 2020. Now this is where I start to get back into going for platinums again. So in January 2020, so we've covered 3 years there already. So it kind of shows you I just kind of focused on like the Call of Duties and Apex and all those games, and Fortnite was very big around that time, which obviously doesn't have trophies. It does, but they were for the single player, so I didn't pop any. But once I was done with that, I was out of those zones. It was time to start going back for platinum. So this is platinum number 71, and we're starting with Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. This was just before COVID hit. As I mentioned last video, you'd think it was because of COVID that got me back into platinum hunting. It wasn't. I just kind of felt like getting back into it. Star Wars was the first one. I don't know what it was about Star Wars that was just calling my name, but that was a really fun platinum, really great game, and an enjoyable platinum to go for. That's probably what it was. It wasn't, I think when I started going back for platinums again, I went for the ones that weren't super painful. So then the one after that was Marvel's Spider-Man, which I had completed, but I completed it in 2019, 2018, but then went back to it in 2020 because I was only missing 2 trophies literally. So I just went and did that, got that platinum. Then Dear Esther was just a walking game, a party game. Then we had Sayonara Wild Hearts. Great game. This is another kind of smaller game that I'd give maybe not a 10 out of 10 to, but a 9 out of 10 for sure. Great music, great design for all the levels, and some really fun trophies. I like that it doesn't tell you what it is. It's just like, solve the second Sagittarius riddle, the second Aquarius riddle. You have to search up some of these, but yeah, really fun game. I'd play that again in a heartbeat. Peggle 2 was platinum number 74, 5, I want to say. Again, really fun game. Just kind of like a arcadey game, but addictive. An addictive arcade game. Control. We should be getting Control 2 probably in the next couple of years, which I'm going to play, because Control was one of those where it came out. I was like, I'm not too fussed about it. Then it started to get really great reviews. And then I think I was just bored at one point and put it on. No, I think I played it day release, wasn't really feeling it. And then I came back to it and then fell in love with it. Something like that. I don't know, I can't remember. Something about this game didn't click with me straight away. And then by the time I finished it, I was in love with it. It's the same people who did Alan Wake, of course, and Max Payne Remedy. So yeah, whatever they put out, I'm going to be on. And again, Control has a PS5 version, so I might play that at some point. 2 Point Hospital is just like a build the hospital kind of game. Ni no Kuni, but the remastered. We had the PS3 version, but I didn't do much of the remastered because I think I was playing it with someone and Mr. Drippy really annoyed them. So he was screaming a lot, to be fair, but yeah. Couldn't play much of that. Next platinum was Batman, The Enemy Within, which is a Telltale game, so complete the game and you have the platinum, but I have a soft spot for Telltale games, as I've said, and that one was really quite good as well. Monopoly Plus, just a party game. Doom Eternal, really, really fun game. I want to say it was a difficult platinum. It wasn't super difficult, maybe like a 6 out of 10 difficulty. You kind of had to do the complete extra life mode with 10 extra lives in your inventory. That was it. If you completed the game and you had under 10, you would have to do the whole game again, but luckily I think I ended with 20 or something. It wasn't too difficult. I'm ready for another Doom game, so if we can get one soon, that'd be nice. Even though it won't be on Xbox only, probably. Resident Evil Resistance. This was like the tacked on Resident Evil online game that they put onto, what Resident Evil game would it have been at the time? Like Resident Evil 2 remake or 3 remake? Yeah, not great. I think this is another one that I played for a day or two and then stopped, but I'm gonna have to go for it at some point. Party game, went back to The Last of Us Remastered. Obviously I'd gone through the game a billion times at this point, but I think I just went through to get a couple of trophies I was missing. So Shiv doors, upgrade all weapons, but yeah, 2016 is when I went through it originally, so it's just kind of mopping that one up basically. And the online mode, which I'm still pissed that we're never going to get Last of Us Online. I can get the Left Behind on that. I want to make it 100%. FIFA 20, there it is again. Jak and Daxter, I went through the trilogy, I believe, around this time. So yeah, Jak and Daxter, very easy platinum. We obviously had it on PS3 earlier, so went and played it again on PS4. John Wick Hex was pretty good fun. Erica was like a live action kind of game. It went on for about 3 hours, but it's one of those where you have to go through the game like 4 times, and I just I couldn't be arsed at the time. UFC 3, my rarest platinum of all time. Not my rarest trophy. I'll tell you what my rarest trophy. I mean, you've got my PSN profiles and look for yourself, but I'll tell you my rarest trophy when we get to it. But this is my rarest platinum of all time, simply because you have to do so many online battles basically. So it's not hard, it's just you have to play so many hours. But like I've said it a billion times, but with this game I actually got to a point where I was ridiculously good, like so good at it. I was between Feb and August here, I was playing it pretty much every day, even if it's just like a game or two. But yeah, it took so long. Started in 2019 and finally got it the year after. But yeah, I loved the online to this. This is still probably my favourite UFC game. I loved UFC 3, so I think technically the latest one, 5, is probably the best. But oh my god, Return of the Obra Dinn. Guys, if there is one game I can recommend to you right now, from the ones we've gone through, Return of the Obra Dinn is a indie game that I would give a 10 out of 10 to, for sure. Such an amazing... The music, the animation, the mystery, just the being on that ship and solving everything. And it's one of those puzzle games where it's not too hard. It's not too hard, and it genuinely feels so rewarding when you figure things out. And I planned it in 2020. It's obviously now 2024. I feel like it's been long enough where I'd go back to it and wouldn't be able to, remember all the puzzles instantly. So I feel like I want to go back through this at some point, just kind of for fun, because I absolutely adored that game. Can't recommend it enough. Basically, you're like a detective on a ship, and everyone on the ship has died or gone missing in some way, and you have to figure out what happened and piece everything together. But yeah, I think I only had to search up 3 of the fates. There's like 45 or over 45, maybe 4. There's a few in there that I did have to look up, but other than that, and that was after like trying to figure it out for so long, when you're just like, I've tried, but I need to move on. But yeah, really great game. Life is Strange 2, I love Life is Strange 2. I actually might prefer it to the first one. I still listen to the song they have, Blood Brothers, I think it is, the song that plays at the end of one of the endings. Made me cry when I watched that ending, it was so good. Love both these characters. I want another Life is Strange game. I know we had the third one, the True Colors or whatever it was, that was really good as well, but I'm ready for another. I'm ready for another Life is Strange. But again, not a hard platinum, you just kind of go through it and pick up all the collectibles, that's really about it. Overwatch 2 now, I mean it was just Overwatch when I was playing it, but I don't have that many, 53, about 17 trophies left for that. That's doable. Saying that, I bet there's some ridiculously, yeah, it's all the annoying ones I have to get basically. Never mind, maybe one day. Jack 2, I didn't end up getting the platinum for this one just because, same with the PS3 version I believe, I missed some of the precursor eggs, which you need all of, so, and it's missable, which is annoying. Maybe one day though. UFC 4, like I said, nowhere near as good as UFC 3 for me. This one was actually so easy compared. 0.1 I'm surprised by, but yeah, it's not, like, look at it, I'm surprised it is 0.1 because that seems to be the only tricky one, and that was pretty doable. Then that was where you had to win like 5 matches in a row, so I guess it is kind of luck based, but yeah, that was the last trophy I got. Yeah, but I'll always buy the UFC games, they're just fun to me. We do have a video for UFC 5 as well if you want to check it out. Stranded Deep, I want to go through again at some point because I didn't want to get too far. Right, here we have it, guys. The shameful platinum, there's always one. Even with Up and Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, while they are easy, and like Telltale games, while they're easy, I'm not ashamed of them because I put in the work for those platinums. This is the one platinum, I don't know what was going through my mind to download this. It was like 20p, it was 20 pence or some bollocks, like £1 or something. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, this is one of those platinums where you get it dead easy. Let's have a go, haha. And then as soon as I got the platinum, I was like, why? It's like posting up Clarity. It was like, why did I just do that? That was horrendous. You just walk. You have to take, oh no, you get a 16,000 score and you have the platinum. If I could remove this platinum from my list, I absolutely wouldn't heartbeat. The positive is though, out of 271 platinums, that is the only one that I'm ashamed of. So that's not a bad ratio. I'll take that. But I wish it was 0. Yeah, godforsaken game. I can't, you know, when you get to those PSN profiles where they have like 10,000 platinums, but you just kind of go through their list and it's just full of games like that. I can't take it seriously. I've always said this, but I respect someone so much more who has 50 good challenging platinums over 1,000 platinums that are majority of that. I just click off their profiles, I can't even be arsed with it. So the fact that I even have one of those hurts me a little bit, but it's absolutely fine. Cluster Truck, fine. God of War, obviously I played this in 2018, but I just kind of went back for the platinum. What was I missing? The 9 Valkyries. I was missing quite a bit to be fair, but I did obviously complete the game in 2018 when it came out. Went back to it 2 years later and got that platinum mopped up, which always feels good. Obviously an incredible game, a surprise to no one. Lego Lord of the Rings, this was just because I bought a PS Vita, which is kind of pointless now because I have the PlayStation Portal, so I use that to play in bed. But I just was lying in bed, I was like, I need something to play on because I was getting bored of TV shows as well. So I got the PS Vita secondhand and played Lego Lord of the Rings, which was fine. You know, I love Lord of the Rings, but I'd played it before on PS4 and it was just more of a watered down version of the Lego Lord of the Rings. Thumper, really great rhythm game. Fall Guys. Does anyone want to help me on this, by the way? Anyone out there, respond. I'm beckoning, I need your help. There's one trophy I'm missing, and it's not the one you think it is. I know the rarest one is to win 5 in a row. I actually have that, which I'm shocked that I have to win 5 in a row. So the one I'm missing, I mean, it's kind of sad, but I just know no one who plays it, is to win an episode as part of a party of 3 or more players. It's not even hard, just have to win one with 3 other players. I just know no one who plays the game, so if you do, let me know. I think it's still free, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm Setsuna, really great game. I got stuck on one bit though, because I really wanted to go for the platinum, but there was something about an enemy that I needed to kill who wasn't showing up. I can't remember, but they're dead images. Wow, look at these. Just some penguin, I don't even know what that's in reference to. The music in this game though is amazing, and the story is really good as well, so I do recommend playing it. Foul Play was pretty good fun, that was on the Vita. Hitman Go was fine, but I will admit I literally followed a guide for this. It got to a point where I started to get so stuck on it regularly that I just watched a guide. So Friday the 13th, out of all the killer versus 4 players games, this is the best one for me. But my god, the stuff you have to do for the platinum on this is ridiculous. Play 1,000 multiplayer matches as a counsellor. Play 1,000 multiplayer matches as Jason. Kill 1,313 counsellors. Repair the boat 100. These ones are fair, like, and doable. I feel like they're all doable. Even the play 1,000 matches as the counsellor, but playing 1,000 matches as Jason as well. So 2,000 matches. Even when this game was popular, to play as Jason took time to get into a match. And the matches last for about 20 to 30 minutes, so yeah, you do the math on that one. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, really great game. Can't get these I don't know if anyone else has these issues though. I cannot do this challenge. This DLC is not accessible to me. I couldn't find it anywhere. I wasn't able to access it at any point in the game. I read up articles that was like, go to this point on this map. I did that, nothing. So I got all the DLC, but apart from for this one, which really annoyed me, it just was not in the game for some reason. So any info on that would be appreciated. One Finger Death Punch 2. I remember playing the first one on PC back in like 2014 maybe. So I was like, I'm all over the second one. It's literally you just press square to hit left, circle to hit right, and you just got to get dead fast at it. But very addictive, a very addictive game. Super Hot, this was the second Super Hot game. Pretty good game, even though there was a trophy to leave your PS4 on for like 4 hours, which was annoying. Mad Max, I've spoken about this in my 10 platinums that I gave up on, but was fully going ahead with this game. Played it in 2015 originally, went back to it in 2020 because they announced that they were shutting down the servers, and basically one of the trophies would become inaccessible because you have to compare stats with people online or something, and that is linked to this trophy, which is complete all challenges, and one of the challenges is linked to an online part of the game, so that trophy was going to become unobtainable. That wasn't the issue. The issue was one of the challenges was to get every bit of scrap on the map, and I went around doing all of that, getting all the scrap. I got all the scrap and the trophy didn't pop, and then I basically realized that at one point I'd gone into an animation to pick up the scrap and had died while doing the animation, and if that happens you've got to restart the game basically, and I didn't know that until after. The stats say you hadn't picked up the scrap, however the scrap isn't on the map, so the map says you've picked it up but the stats says that you haven't, so it became unattainable, and by that time the servers were going to shut down within like a week or something, so there was no way I was good. I could have, realistically I probably could have gone through the entire game again in a week if I just did that non-stop, but I was so pissed. I was like, no, I'm good. So the platinum, that will forever be unobtainable. So annoyed. Still annoyed to this day. Race the Sun was pretty good. Don't think it has a platinum though, it doesn't. Infamous First Light was the spin-off to Infamous Second Son. Really great game. I actually really enjoyed this one. I went through it originally in 2015, but got the platinum in 2020. Undertale, really easy platinum, but really, really great game. Really fun music. I know this was really popular back in 2015, 14, whenever it came out on PC. I'd never got around to it, so it was good to finally play that one, and it was really good fun game. Hellblade, I know the second one's coming out soon, but that's on Xbox only. I didn't love this game as much as I thought I would. I felt like it felt a little bit pretentious at times. I don't know. The combat was clunky. I loved the graphics. I loved the sound design. I'd say were the best parts about it, but I didn't care about the story. Felt a little bit pretentious at times. I felt like it was a good game, but I just feel like I didn't love it as much as other people did because it had such high reviews. But I'm very curious about the second one because this second one seems to have been in development for so long, so we should get it fairly soon, you'd assume. That is platinum 94 though, so we'll get to number 100 I think this time. So as you can see, we're starting to like really get in a roll with the platinums. Like we got the Star Wars one in January, we're coming towards the end of 2020 now, but that's what, like 20 platinums or something, so we're getting the pace going with the platinums for sure. Then we had Overcooked, that didn't have a platinum, but really fun game. Ghost Runner, really great game. I really want to play Ghost Runner 2 at some point, I just haven't gotten around to it. Demon Souls, didn't play much of this, but this was PS5 was out at this point actually. That's the first PS5 game on the list. So that's going to be a video at some point though. So that's going to be a video within the next 5 videos I'd assume actually, because I did Bloodborne around this time last year. So I want to do the next Souls game, and I think that's going to be the one. Astro's Playroom was everyone's first platinum on the PS5, I'm going to assume. Really great game, actually. Surprisingly great. Very easy, but seeing all the Easter eggs and all the nods to different Sony consoles and different characters in the PlayStation ecosystem was really great. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed that game, actually. Even got the DLC, which was just speedrunning, I think. Yeah, yeah, that was pretty good to go for as well. I remember with one of the levels on the speedrun, I was in the top 20 on one of the levels. I wouldn't mean now, obviously, but at the time, I was in the top 20 for one of the levels, which was kind of cool. Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales, which was the spin-off game, obviously, for Spider-Man. Maybe prefer this to Spider-Man? I don't know. I really loved Miles Morales. Really great fun. I have such good memories of playing this game as well. Yeah, I have really good memories of playing this game. So that's cool. With quite a lot of the early PS5 games, actually. Skyrim, I really want to get a plan, do a video on that, actually, at some point. I'd probably restart, though. I want to do the PS5 version and do all the DLC. So I want to think about that at some point. Sackboy, I'm missing one trophy, which I will get at some point. It is the obvious one, which is to get the gold on that trial, which is, I believe, you have to go for 10 minutes straight without dying, but it's just like constant obstacles, and I've tried so many times, and I just can't get it. I will get it, though. I will get it at some point. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, again, really great memories playing this game up at like 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning with my dad, trying to get the platinum on this. I do like this Assassin's Creed game, but the story drags. My god, it drags. You have your little scratch, Ali, that's absolutely fine. If this game was half the length it was, I'd be very impressed with it, but it just goes... It's the one thing, it's just so much bloat for no reason, because the world's really cool. I quite like the characters, I won't say I love them, but they're decent characters. The story is good, but then they just keep redoing the same story over and over and over again, and it just loses me at a certain point. You go for it, Ali, that's absolutely fine. Oh, okay, cool. And then the DLC, which I might do that at some point, actually. And then The Last of Us Part 2 was my 100th platinum, which we've done a video on, but that's for the remastered version. This I did play when it came out. Let me just check. Earn date. I think I played it in, yeah, whenever that is. So, yeah, same year, basically, and then got back to it and just finished off the trophies, basically, of getting all the collectibles. But I genuinely can't decide if I prefer this. I want to say I prefer The Last of Us Part 1, but something about like playing The Last of Us Part 2 more recently, I love that game. They're both 10 out of 10s for me, easily, but The Last of Us the original Last of Us has been my favourite game of all time since 2013, which also is a sentence that doesn't make sense. But since 2013, The Last of Us has been my favourite game. But does The Last of Us Part 2 take that crown? I have better memories with other games. Like, I've always said, I know the game I have the most fond memories of playing is Resident Evil 5. Because I have great memories playing it with my dad. I have great memories playing it with my best friend. I have great memories playing it with one of my other family members. And then great memories playing it with my ex as well, ex at the time. So there's just so many great memories with that game, with so many different people, that I'd say Resident Evil 5 is up there. But when it comes to like an actual quality game, Last of Us... And because if we're going down memory lane, you could say like basically all the old Call of Duties as well would be in there. But yeah, Last of Us since 2013 is there. The Last of Us Part 2. I can't decide. I'm still saying Last of Us Part 1 is better, but Part 2, kind of close, kind of close. Alright, there we go, guys. That is Platinum's 70 to 100. Like I said, you can see the roll kind of tumbling down. When was that? Is that all of 2020 done as well? Basically, I think the last Platinum I got in 2020 was Bug Snacks, which we'll get to in the next video. But yeah, there we go. We're kind of getting a move on now. There's 171 Platinums left to go through. Thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed. We'll do another one in about a month or two to kind of wrap this series up, but the next Platinum is going to be more of a fun, chilled one, and then we'll go back to a more painful one. So if you have any suggestions, let me know down below. But until next time, take care. Peace.